Title: Fega the housemaid who became the billionaire's wife. Fega was a beautiful young woman with a smile that could melt anyone's heart. She worked as a maid for a wealthy Nigerian billionaire, Chief Obinna, and his wife, Madam Agatha. Madam Agatha was not just rich, she was also proud, flashy, and very lazy. While Fega scrubbed the floors, cooked meals, and washed clothes, Madam Agatha would sit comfortably on the couch with her latest iPhone 16, recording TikTok videos with her bright ring light, showing off her fancy jewelry and expensive outfits. Her days were filled with selfies and hashtags, while Fega's hands were always full with chores. Madam Agatha did nothing to help at home, and she wasn't kind to Fega either. She often barked orders at her, criticizing every little thing. If Fega made the soup a bit too salty, Madam Agatha would yell at her and call her names. The billionaire's wife even made her sleep in a small, stuffy room by the kitchen, far from the luxurious rooms in the house. Aside from her online presence, Madam Agatha also owned a big supermarket in the city. But she only visited the store on Saturdays, leaving her staff to handle everything else. During the week, she'd either be out visiting her wealthy friends, going to fancy restaurants, or watching TV in her air-conditioned bedroom. Chief Obinna, on the other hand, was different. He was a busy man, always at his office managing his businesses and sealing big deals, but he was kind-hearted. He noticed how hard Fega worked around the house. One day, he saw her struggling with a heavy basket of clothes and decided to help her carry it. "You work too hard, Fega. Make sure you get some rest too," he said with a warm smile. Fega's heart skipped a beat. No one had ever spoken to her so kindly before. As the days went by, Chief Obinna began to pay more attention to Fega. He would sometimes stay in the kitchen, talking with her as she cooked, or offer her a cold drink after a long day's work. Slowly, his feelings for her began to grow. He couldn't stop admiring her hard-working nature and sweet smile. He noticed she never complained about her tough life, even though Madam Agatha was mean to her. One evening, while Madam Agatha was out with her friends, Chief Obinna found Fega alone in the kitchen. They ended up talking for hours. He was charmed by her simplicity and honesty. Before they knew it, one thing led to another, and they shared a night together. From that night, Fega's life took a different turn, and soon, she discovered she was pregnant. When Madam Agatha found out about the affair, she was furious. She demanded that Chief Obinna fire Fega, and send her away immediately. But Chief Obinna refused. "Fega is carrying my child, Agatha. You haven't given me a child in all our years together, and you've treated her like dirt. I can't keep you here anymore," he said firmly. Heartbroken and humiliated, Madam Agatha packed her things and left the mansion. Her TikTok dreams were over, and her pride was shattered. Chief Obinna, however, was at peace. For the first time, the house was filled with joy, laughter, and love. He married Fega in a small, beautiful ceremony with close friends and family. She was no longer a maid, but the new wife of a billionaire. Months later, Fega gave birth to 2 beautiful twin girls. The babies were the light of Chief Obinna's life, and he couldn't be prouder. He named them Ada and Amara, after his beloved grandmother and mother. Chief Obinna was so happy that he threw a big party to celebrate the birth of his daughters, inviting friends, family, and business partners to welcome the little twins. Now, Fega no longer worried about chores. She had maids of her own, and her little girls were always surrounded by love. Chief Obinna built a special room for them with toys, soft beds, and colorful decorations. He made sure they had everything they needed. Fega had transformed from a mistreated maid to the cherished wife of a wealthy man. As for Madam Agatha, she tried to move on. She took over the supermarket full-time, but couldn't live the glamorous life she once had. She still watched Fega's happy life from a distance, wishing things had turned out differently. But Fega never looked back. She was too busy with her new family, teaching her daughters to be kind, hard-working, and humble, just like she had been as a maid. The once lonely house was now filled with laughter, and Fega's journey from maid to billionaire's wife became a story everyone in the city talked about for years. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel African Tales by Kobe.
If you think I should continue this story, let me know at the comments section.